slide, please. Alright. The government of Madagascar is a democratic government that is ruled by a president that is elected every 5 years. The next slide, please. Most of the residents of Madagascar identify as Christians, with Muslims being the second most popular religion.
The sun.
If you see these slides, there's totally young because I just put new pictures in like 10 minutes ago. Next slide, please. The geography of Madagascar is mostly like a desert country, but there's some areas for like crops and stuff. There's a lot of mountains.
What are those trees?
Just shut up. Next slide, please.
What kind of trees these are called?
They're called trees. I have no idea.
I have no
Does
idea.
anybody know?
Madagascar.
Do you say bamboo trees?
It's called
They do
baobab,
not?
baobab trees,
Have you seen
because
that?
in the dry
Have you
season,
heard anything?
they look like they're upside down, because these look like the ones at the top.
Look
Okay.
at what?
Hey, be quiet. Madagascar's main export is rice, and it's grown on the majority of farmland. And some other things include it's like a thing called kvass. I have no idea how to say it. Next slide, please. Madagascar trades with many countries outside of Africa. Main trade countries are the United States and China. Next slide, please. Madagascar has a number of natural resources, including graphite, chromite, coal, bauxite, and rare earth materials. Next slide, please.
What's this a picture
That's actually diamonds. I just put these pictures in like 2 minutes ago, and I couldn't find anything. Next slide, please. Madagascar has a population of 26.97 million people, with men and women being almost equally as whatever. Next slide, please. Foods in Madagascar are mostly like seafood from the Indian Ocean, and a lot of vegetarian food. Some foods include ramaza, mazari, and mofogasi. Shut up. Next slide, please.
What are those last two foods?
Huh?
That you just called, what are they?
They're foods that I don't know. Oh, I know that. Madagascar, the most popular language is Malagasy, with over 80% of the population speaking it. French is the second most popular language. Now answer the question. Next slide, please. Some Madagascar traditions and like cultural things is that all houses must face west, the head of a bed has to face north, and that you never have a funeral on a Thursday, ever. Next slide, please.
Is there reasons for those?
No, it's just they just like doing that. People in Madagascar, they enjoy playing a lot of sports, including like soccer, boxing, track and field, and they love listening to music, which a lot of people play. Next slide, please. Madagascar was colonized back in like the 1st century, and was relatively peaceful for years. And then in 1883, the French took over the island, and then about almost a century later, it gained independence in 1976 from the French, and is now an independent state. Next. Some major problems in Madagascar are rapid deforestation and habitat destruction and bushfires. Next, please. There's some facts, guys. And you guys really know that. Pretty poor. They like rice and beans as principal products. And next slide, please. Here's your map. Next slide. I think there's more. And there's a bit of Godfrey. Now, in conclusion, this country is pretty cool. They have some good foods. There's some traditions that don't really make sense. And yeah, I wouldn't go all that up because you're probably going to starve. And there's no money. And if your name's Tommy, shut up. Thank you guys for listening to my project. Yeah.